You ready to tell them what is going on around here?
It's about time. Let the cat out of the bag.
So it is time for us to let y'all know what is going on and our family's experience with this virus. I know a lot of people by now probably know someone who has it or has had it, but maybe you don't and you're curious about what's it like for someone who actually has it in their family. Well, I'm just gonna tell you right off the bat, we do. So that's what this video is about, is telling you about our experience. That's why we're sitting this far apart. This is not normal for us. And also this is our digital scrapbook for our family to look back on. And so has 2020 not been a crazy year?
Definitely has.
And so we just want to document what is going on through this and just all this to look back on and to show our grandkids someday. So let's just jump right into it. The beginning of last week, Emily just started having what I call just common cold symptoms. And she has a lot of allergies, especially fall allergies. So well, I really thought it was just allergies, but in the spirit of 2020, we were very careful. We didn't go anywhere for those few days that just she was showing some symptoms, and didn't really think much about it, but didn't know yet what we were gonna do about it when it was time to go back out in public.
But the next morning, me and Andrea both woke up with sore throat, a slight cough, something to get questionable there. And for my work, we have to check in every day through an app, and on that app, it asks any of the COVID symptoms.
All kinds of questions.
Right, the fever, it also has sore throat, cough. I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but in that I had a sore throat and I had a slight cough, and I thought, man, this is crazy. I'm gonna be staying home from work with just a sore throat from my allergies draining. But I did what was right. I called into work, and of course they told me you have to stay home for 10 days, quarantine yourself, and so that's what I did. But
Your work is being very careful and cautious.
Yes.
They have this whole time, a little bit to the extreme, but we've been thankful for it because to this point, I feel like it has kept us healthy. So no one at his work is going with even a slight symptom, but on the flip side, if you have a slight symptom, you can't go either. So
Right.
that's where we found ourselves. And we were looking at you being home for 10 days, and all this farm work.
Felt fine.
Yeah, things that need doing. Like we said, we just had a slight sore throat. There's lots of things, like lots of mold and things in the air because it's fall. You can see there's leaves all over the ground. So we chalked it up to allergies. But even with farm work, there was a few errands we needed to run.
So there's some parts in all this that we've been doing. There's parts out there that I needed to go get. We needed gas for the lawnmower and different things around the mule. And so in doing that, we thought, well, maybe it might be best if we got Emily tested. We've heard that you need the symptoms for like 3 days to really get a true test. So since Emily had the symptoms longer, we decided it's gonna be Emily that gets the test.
Poor Emily.
So we actually asked around, and here in our local town next to us, they've got what's called a rapid test.
And those are getting to be more prevalent now. So that's what I took her and had done. It's not the one that goes to the brain, thankfully. So, and it only takes 15 minutes to get your results.
So when they went to get her tested, before they even got home, they knew Emily tested negative.
Yes. So Emily's negative. We still have these few little lingering sinus issues, but we just chalked it up to a little cold or allergies. And by the weekend, when it was time to go anywhere, because we didn't really go anywhere last week except gathering up a few supplies like Ben was talking about, we were over even those symptoms. We weren't even coughing, or the sore throat was gone. We felt like we were pretty much well. We never had fever. So we went ahead and went to church. We'd been symptom-free for several days. Emily tested negative, so we're assuming we're all negative. But
even when we went to church, we wore our mask, we socially distanced.
Right.
Just in case.
Right.
But
looking back, I wish we hadn't done that,
Right.
even gone, but we took every precaution. And when you feel 100% and you've been told you're negative, I don't know what else people can do. So that is where we found ourselves.
Right. So after church was over, we got together with a couple of our friends and had lunch. Had a good time, hung out all day, and just fellowshipped.
And that's where this story
Really
actually
takes a turn.
begins, whatever you want to say. So by Tuesday, we find out that one member of our friends that we had eaten with is starting to feel sick with a little bit of fever and has been tested and is positive. And the bottom dropped out of our stomachs. We're like, oh no. So we were not afraid. We were more concerned that we need to all go get tested. Just those little lingering symptoms last week, was that really something?
I didn't really think that anything was about it, so.
No. And even when I took Emily to get tested, they even said, y'all are fine, you know, everything's fine. There's lots of allergies and colds and viruses going around. All those didn't stop just because Corona came.
And I still think that was allergies.
Right. So we decided
The next morning.
The next morning after we found out our friend was positive, we all four went and got tested.
But what was another main reason in throwing that in there, Lane woke up with a sore throat, a pretty good cough,
right,
and wasn't feeling that great.
And his was different than what ours was last week. Lane's was just different. It was just immediately in his chest. It was real chesty and wheezy, and just, now I'm not trying to scare y'all, he was not like bedridden. He's up and around, but he's definitely congested in the chest. So we thought, you know what, just to be safe, we need to go get tested, all four of us. So we did, and they told us it would be a couple hours. They would call us. No, the testing was not bad. Again, it was, the rapid test is just like a flu test, barely in your nose. Yeah, just barely in your nose. They told us it'd be a couple hours, and it was probably about 20 minutes. They called and said.
So we went ahead and started to come home.
Yeah, we came home. We were partway home.
They was going to call us and just let us know the results. So we was like, all right, well, let's just head home.
So
and then
they called.
Andrea's phone rang.
So I got the call. I didn't let them know what was being said on the phone. So they're in suspense, and they're all pointing at each other, trying to figure out who's positive, who's negative. But I was just really trying to focus on what all the nurse was telling me. And she starts and she says, asked me who I was, and I told her, and she said, well, you are negative, and Lane is negative, and Emily is negative, but Ben is positive. And our jaws dropped. We just were not expecting that.
What did you say?
I said, are you kidding? I said, are you serious? I can't remember exactly what I said, but she was like, yeah, I'm serious.
And I said right then to the kids, I said, we're all positive, because we never heard none of that.
Right. But so we find out Ben is positive. And he has since, that has been a couple days now. He has since, you can tell him.
Well, on that day, actually going there, I told her, I said, well, today I'm starting to ache a little bit. My elbows and my wrists, my fingers, just, I ain't gonna say flu-like, because it's not that bad. My case right now is not that bad, but I could feel achiness in my joints. And I told her on the way down there, I'm kind of achy today. And that's all I've really had. I had the cough at first. But like I said, I think that was sinuses myself. May not have been, who knows. But right now, my only symptoms have been achiness in my joints, my feet, my arms, stuff like that.
You've been fatigued.
And a little bit of fatigue. I've been trying to stay busy. I feel like I'll make myself feel better if I'm outside doing something. So I've been piddling around the farm, working a little bit on the pig pen.
Right. So you saw the pig pen video. This is all going on while we're shooting that video. And so what we've essentially had to do is just do what we feel like, because we've all been drugged down. I've been fatigued, Emily's been fatigued. So what we're kind of thinking of is, we've been told if you don't hit that test on the exact right day, it may come back negative. So we really all think we've probably all had it, because we've been kind of just drugged down feeling. So we're in quarantine. That's why we're sitting this far apart. Actually, they wanted us to come home and Ben to go to a bedroom and to stay there for 14 days, and for me to only go in that bedroom to give him food, and for me and him both to wear masks when I take that food in the room. But you guys know we're around each other all the time.
We was actually in the truck.
We were in the truck when they called and said he's positive. We have already all been exposed, and so that would just be making all of us miserable. So
I did offer to sleep in the camper.
Right. And I am actually sleeping on the couch. So we are distancing from each other, just, you know, somewhat, but we are gonna keep working around here on the farm.
So one of our friends is definitely a whole lot sicker than us. We've been praying hard for him last night and today. He started running a really high fever and really got us concerned.
We're very concerned for him. It's been mild for us, for sure, but I am under no impression that it's mild for everyone. I know it's not. So that's why I'm wearing pajamas. That's why we're just talking to you guys today, because while we are doing projects here around the farm, probably for the next week, week and a half, we're not gonna start any like major projects. I say that, but I mean, we could get a wild hair and do that.
I was gonna say that pig pen was a pretty major project.
But we're just trying to, the last couple of days we felt pretty good. Yeah. And so we've done quite a few things, nothing major hard, but just trying to catch up around here in case we do take a turn and we need to spend a week on the couch or something. So that's where we are, just trying to keep things going and rest when we need to. So that's where we are. I guess
it's getting dark out here.
It's getting dark. I guess we're gonna wrap this up. The kids are doing fine. Emily has since started feeling better. She's just tired. Lane is...
I think we're all tired.
Yeah, we're all tired. Lane is the one that woke up sick that prompted us to all get tested. He's still a little down, a little bit puny, but nothing major. So far, if we did not have all this testing and feel like we were trying to keep other people safe, we wouldn't have even been tested if we had known we were directly exposed. This is nothing for our family. It's been nothing different than the common cold, really.
No, the worst part about it is the quarantine.
Yes.
Not being able to go nowhere. I need parts for the bush hog right now. I can't go get them. We've got other things we need parts for, water line for the pigs, stuff like that. Can't go get nothing for it, so.
And that's such a blessing that is our problem with this, because there's a lot of people that have wound up in the hospital or losing their lives, and we realize how blessed we are. We're so thankful. But we will be here for the next 2 weeks, keeping ourselves busy. So
we might actually even throw out some live during the middle of the day. You never know.
So we're gonna try to get some things accomplished as we feel like it, and we will keep you guys updated. That's the latest going on here at VW Family Farm.
Prayers for anybody that you know that has COVID. Prayers for our friend. And we thank y'all for watching. Until next time, God bless.